Yo guys, Trader Main here. Quick birthday market update. I'm 33 today. Feeling every single one of those years. Went golfing yesterday. My neck hurts, my back hurts, I'm sore, I'm stiff. Goddamn. But I want to get a quick video update out for you guys before I head out for the day and start drinking copious amounts of alcohol. I just got a very busy month here in July, so my streaming schedule and everything's just going to be a bit out of whack. I'll try and do a markets with mainstream tomorrow. Do the typical shitcoin stream on Thursday. But want to get something out for you guys real quick here before I start hitting the booze, hitting the bottle, hitting the liquor, mixing in a nice brewski. So looking at Bitcoin here, guys, we're still just kind of ranging, right? I mean, we've now been consolidating here for, a while, right? Basically, almost an entire month of consolidation here. So, big move incoming, .exe. We have CPI tomorrow. That could be the catalyst for those big moves to start. Overall, on the highest time frames, I'm still bullish. If you look at the weekly, this is still an uptrend. So even though we swept this weekly high here, this is still an uptrend, okay? I still think this is a nice draw on liquidity here at 32.5. And the question really is, do we go just from here or do we get a deeper pullback, right? So if you look at this last weekly breaker, it took several weeks before we ever came down there, and then we pushed. This could be the same thing. We could consolidate for ages and then come down here. We can go up and never come down here. I don't know. We could also, trade up here and then down here. Lots can happen. I'm not trying to base my trade ideas on the weekly. I'm just letting you know that I believe the weekly is still in an uptrend. We have very clear higher highs and higher lows here. And unless this higher low here at 24K or 25K effectively is invalidated, I'm bullish on the weekly. So we can trade all the way down here, still be bullish, right? So high time frame still bullish. We have the ETF approvals next month. We have halvening in less than a year. So I think narratively and from a high time frame TA perspective, Bitcoin is bullish. How does that dictate what we do on an intraday? Well, looking here on the 12-hour, which is my preferred high time frame, as you guys know, or kind of medium time frame, I guess, depending. Didn't mean to do that. We're ranging. I think it's very clear here. We had a manipulative spike here, close below, spike up, close below. So this seems to be a key level. It's effectively the mid-range here, 30,450 to 30,500. I want to see how we close today around here. And then I want to see what happens with CPI. This looks like the next draw to me. Whether we go up a little bit first, I do think we take out these lows. And then I want to see what happens, because if we take out these lows and then quickly reclaim this range, I'm sorry I'm on a laptop, so the drawings are uglier than normal. Not that they're ever not ugly. If we take out these lows and then quickly reclaim the range, I'll long and I'll target the range highs and I'll target up to 32,500. If we run these range lows and are weak down here, then I'm hoping we get that larger correction to 28,500 into that weekly breaker. Now, this correction down to here, if we get it, is one I am looking to buy. I want to be very clear about that. I am looking to buy a correction into that weekly breaker. So 28K kind of area and maybe lower. Would love to buy there for a move up to 32 and potentially even higher, because I do think that we still can trade higher. And that's kind of the game plan, trying to figure out, are we going to get a deep pullback? If we do, I'm interested in being spot and leveraged buying down here. If we just get a shallow pullback and then we reclaim, great. I want to get on board with some more long exposure here. Maybe we don't pull back at all, and maybe we're just going to go up. Then I got to live with the spot exposure I have for now and try and get some leverage trades on the way up, some breakout plays. So that's kind of the general plan for now on Bitcoin. Zooming in a little bit more, right? We had an H1 sweep here, H4 sweep here. So I really want to see this daily candle close back below this high. That would give me the most confidence that this is going to roll over further. Looking on the hourly, the only thing I can see for a reason why we might just go up from here and we might not we might not pull back is we filled in most of this fair value gap, but we do have a high here and another high here. We could see one more kind of spike. Maybe it's on CPI up into this H1 order block and then go down. That is a possibility, but I think the ideal scenario, because I'm already short and something that I would like to see for, you know, kind of a higher probability chance that we go down to these lows I'm watching, is the daily to close back below this level. That would be the ideal situation for me. Looking at Ethereum, okay, again, high time frame. I still think this is bullish. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. So as long as this low at 1620 is in, I think the weekly trade's higher. Now, looking at the 12-hour, right, we had our uptrend break. Now we have a high and a low, retest into the order block, get a nice rejection, close as a 12-hour SFP there as well. And this looks like it's closing below this level on the daily, 1879. So Ethereum is a little more clear to me even for downside. Like, just looking at this chart, what seems like the next likely draw for price? Well, in my opinion, it's these two low here. I could be wrong. Maybe we go up to here. Maybe we go up to here. Maybe we run 1905 again. But this is a bearish 12-hour price leg. We retraced into the order block and we rejected. So I think we either trade down, and then again, if it's a quick reclaim, get out of shorts, get into longs, trade down. If it's really weak, I'm looking at 1740. So if Bitcoin goes to 28, I'm thinking Ethereum at 1740. And again, this is an area where I would want to be a buyer on spot and on leverage. Maybe we get a quick spike up above this high on CPI tomorrow, just like I showed on Bitcoin, a quick spike up, and then we could reject. So we could trade up above this high, but then close as an SFP. Well, guess what? I'm then looking to short into these lows. Okay, so leaning short term for downside. Obviously, if we get a spike up, it is what it is, but any sort of weakness on a move up, I'm looking to short. So a run above this high and a reject, I would look to short. Otherwise, I'd like to see it just roll over from here, take out these lows. Because, yeah, we could come still tag, 1920. It kind of got front run. So maybe we run this high into 1920 and then we dump off. I don't know, but I'm hoping a little bit lower. I would love to see the most bearish, kind of short-term scenario play out, which is Bitcoin down to here, right? And Ethereum down to here. And then I want to load up Ethereum towards the yearly high and Bitcoin towards 32. That's kind of my dream scenario, but we'll wait and see. CPI tomorrow, definitely going to be some volatility, but I'm out of town on my B-day, so I'm not going to be futzing around with it too much. The dollar is just looking weak as hell. The correlation hasn't been lockstep right now with crypto, but the dollar's been weak, and that gives me a bull bias on gold, on silver, on Euro USD, on GBP USD, bear bias on dollar CAD, bear bias on USD JPY. So right now, this is the range I'm looking at on the dollar. Maybe it gets a bit of a bounce back up above 102, but then I'm looking for a lower high, and this thing ultimately looks like it wants to trade, down below these lows and these lows here. So if that's the case, that could be bullish potentially for Bitcoin, for equities, if the dollar is really, really weak. Looking at US 500 or US 500, so the S&P, we got a little bounce off this unbalance here, pushing up into potential resistance. So if this puts in a lower high here and then breaks market structure, then I think we have a larger sell-off. But if it reclaims this level, right, I think it's going to fucking shoot up higher and probably take crypto with it. So what we're seeing on equities and on a lot of the major cryptos, high time frame, are divergences. Like if you pull up your RSI here, this is a bear div, 100%. I don't even look at RSI and I can tell you that it's a bear div. Oops, I didn't mean to pull up this. All right, there you go. There's your high, lower high, high, higher high, right? I didn't even need to have that up to be able to tell. But, momentum is waning, it seems. But the thing about divergences is, in my opinion, they are not enough to completely base a trade idea around. Just because there's a bear div, it does not mean that you should short. And it does not mean that price is necessarily going to go down. these bear divs could play out and prices could drop. But there's also a chance that price shoots up, right? So if equities do something like this, guess what? All of those divs are going to get busted and price is going to continue to trade higher. So a div can be a piece of confluence that you use on top of other TA. But in my opinion, price action is still king. These divs are added confluence. They're extra information that might add to and strengthen your idea. If you have a bearish chart setup and a bear div, great. But having a bear div is not enough reason to get short, because we've seen this time and time again. These divs can get blown out to the upside. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here on equities. Still in my nat gas long, still think this goes to $5. But yeah, just wanted to get a quick update for you guys for Bitcoin and Ethereum primarily, and then hopefully maybe I'll do my markets with mainstream tomorrow during CPI. And I'm sorry I'm having such a crazy month, so the content's not been as consistent as it should. But come August 1st through till the end of August, I've got also almost nothing planned. I'll be at home, so hopefully pumping out the YouTube videos, things like that for you guys. But yeah, if you got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to go start drinking some beers. I hope all of you have a great day. It's my birthday, which also means it's free Slurpee day. I'm born on 7/11. Go to a 7-Eleven near you and demand a free Slurpee. They have to give you one. You can tell them Trader Main sent you. All right, guys, thank you so much. Talk to y'all later.